All right, in this video I'm going to show you how to use, I call it a transit. And you get on pretty much any of the websites, Lowe's, Home Depot, that's what they call it. It's a longer name. Most people just call it a transit. This is basically a tripod, right, that I've got set up. It screws in from underneath. It's just a little screw that you tighten. This is basically just a scope. And what we're going to do with it is to check level. It's kind of like the laser level, all right, that we talked about in the last video. But it's very similar to the laser level, but you've got a little more manual work to do. The laser level, one person can operate. Really, if you want to do this the right way, you need two people. You need a person holding your tape measure, which I've got taped at the board, but in real life, that's not going to work, obviously. And then you're going to have somebody spotting through the scope. Now, you can walk back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, but it's just a real pain in the butt. Okay? So the first thing that we're going to do, this is take two on this video because the suction got turned on yesterday and couldn't hear the video. All right, so first thing that we're going to do is we're going to level this thing. So there are three knobs here, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm going to put this in line with the first knob. There's a level up here on top of this, and I am going to turn this knob until my bubble is between my two lines. All right, we're going to turn this in line with the next knob, and we're just going to turn that knob until my bubble is yet again in between my two lines. And I have maxed out there, so we're going to have to adjust here. Oh, we're close to it. So if you max out with your knobs, you're going to have to adjust with the legs. Okay? But now I can adjust with my knobs, so we're good there. I'm going to go back to this one, and we're still level there. So, but you've always got to check. Then we're going to turn in line with this knob, and we're going to get level with this one. So bubble's good there. Now I like to go back through, turn it in line with each knob again, and because when you turn one, you adjust one, you mess up the other ones. Just a tiny fraction of a bit. So you've got to fine tune it basically. So the second go around is like little micro adjustments, if you will. And then last but not least, all right, so we're level on all three. We're going to turn this. Now, I'm going to aim this, all right? I'm going to aim this at this. And so that thing's already been leveled out. So it's going to shoot a number. I don't know what number it's going to shoot, but it's going to shoot a number. Once it shoots a number, let's pretend you could use this for leveling over long distances. I use it in my house to pour concrete. So let's say that we wanted to pour concrete from this bottom border here up to this line. Most of the time you pour concrete, it's going to be anywhere from 4 to 6 inches thick, but let's say that you've got like a downgrade or slope, you could pour a lot here and maybe not so much over there. So this blue line, all right, is I took a level, took this long 6-foot level, and I put a blue mark here, and I leveled it, and then I put a blue mark over here. So these two should be even with each other. But just to check, I can actually check that. Now, if I wanted to slope on this, let's say I look through my scope and we'll see what number we hit. And I can see all the way down to the 16th what number I'm hitting. So I'm going to look through here, and you got to adjust the focus a little bit. So I am hitting 20 and 9/16. No, sorry, 20 and 5/16. So we have 20 and 5/16. And I'm going to put a mark up here on the board. Right here, 20 and 5/16. So you can see, so whenever I shot through here, right there, it shot right at 20 and 5/16. So the distance between here and here is 20 and 5/16. That 20 and 5/16 just gives me a reference point. So that thing's not going to move. All right? So now what I can do is I can take this, untake that, take this over here. I can put this right on that blue line. Get it straight. Tape it to the wall. Put on our blue line. And whenever I spin that and shoot that again, I should be looking at 20 and 5/16. If I'm not, then I'm not level. Alright, so we're going to spin. We are looking at 20 1/4. So we're off by 1/16. All right. So that's not a huge ordeal there. All right. So that tells me now in real life. Now I only put this on here for reference purposes, but in real life I'm not going to have a level that'll reach from here to way over there. So I've got a 6-foot level here. What if I want to level across this entire room, right? So I could shoot, make my mark over here on the wall, wherever, down at the bottom of the wall. Then I can shoot over there and make my mark on the wall. And once I do both of those, all right, I can know that if I'm hitting the same measurement there as I do over there, then my concrete is level. So maybe I can just pour up to that line on my concrete. Or I can check block, or I can check grade. Let's say that we wanted to do a 2-inch slope. All right? Let's say we get rid of this line. Get rid of that. This is, I was shooting 20 1/4 here. Okay? 20 1/4. If I wanted to go downhill, all right? We wanted to go downhill 2 inches over the course of 6 feet. Now really, 6 feet, 8 feet, whatever this is, it's roughly 6 feet. All right? I want to go down 2 inches. All right? I should be reading 22 1/4 over there. All right? I can get this probably decently close. I can't get it perfect, probably. So now I can see, I can spin my transit, shoot over here, and all there is a crosshair in here. I just got it's just like a scope. And right there I'm hitting 22 3/16. So we're 1 15/16. So I would need to move that down a 1/16 of an inch to get what I wanted there. We could also do slope here. So if we wanted to figure out, let's say that we got the grade of a land and we want to know how much it drops over a certain distance. We take our level, and I'm just going to draw a random line from there. Alright, so we got a downhill slope here. And with our downhill slope, my ruler is sitting on the ground here. I'm going to set my ruler on the ground over there, and we're going to see how much slope, how much difference we got between the two slopes here. So we're on the ground there. Over there we were shooting 22 3/16. So you always gotta, so here was 22 3/16. All we have to do is figure out what we're shooting here and subtract the difference. And then we'll know how much of a difference we got. So I can go across. Dead on 27. And that's just pure luck. But, so I'm dead on 27 over here. So the amount of slope difference I've got between these two, I've got 27, we're shooting 27 here, 22 3/16 here, so we got roughly 4 11/16 difference there. So you can use this. I don't like the laser level. This to me is a lot more accurate. Well, not a lot more accurate. I just like the preciseness of knowing my measurements versus the laser level. But that is at least a ballpark how you use this thing.